People will inevitably experience financial difficulties, the potential loss of their employment, and perhaps even the loss of their houses during a recession. But a recession might be a fantastic opportunity to earn more money than you could have ever imagined if you act wisely now. After all, it's coming, so why not take advantage of it? So, in today's video, we will tackle the recession and boosting your knowledge with some tactics I follow to help me through the tough time. The most effective strategy is to research your options and apply the ones that work best for your circumstances, as these are not financial advices. They are purely methods I use that I'm sharing with you for educational purposes only. Okay, let's first discuss what a recession is in order to go on to how you might overcome one. You may have seen the economy has been flourishing over the last few years. Products are selling more quickly than ever, and business have been expanding, but it's far from the truth. What you see was a result of government stimulus program to help boost the economy during the pandemic. The truth is, the world is unsteady and things are starting to fall apart. Gross domestic product or GDP is a measure of a recession. It may sound dull at this point, but value creation in an economy is measured as a whole. Many people are concerned about the potential of losing their jobs as economic talk of a recession looms. The unemployment rate typically rises during a recession as businesses reduce personnel due to a decline in customer expenditure. Shares of a corporation typically decrease as it generates less revenue. Employees and investors are left to question if there are any sectors that are recession-proof. And then there is inflation. You will suddenly see you have less purchasing power, meaning everything just seems significantly more expensive. Many experts are expecting economic growth to slow in 2023, although they cannot agree as to whether or not we will enter an official recession. When a recession has officially begun, which has traditionally been determined by a decrease in GDP for 2 consecutive quarters, is determined by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Since GDP is a lagging indicator, a recession's impacts are seen long before it is officially declared. Customers are forced to decide how to spend their limited funds wisely as money becomes more expensive. The good news is that there is never a bad time to position yourself so that you can weather a recession in the best possible financial shape. The recession's financial risks can be overcome in a number of ways. Number 1. Control your spending. If you're experiencing financial difficulty right now, it's important looking for areas where you can cut back on any discretionary expenses or expenditures other than the basics of things like rent, food, and utilities. Howard Dworkin from Debt.com advises taking a close look at recurrent expenses like unused subscriptions or gym memberships. He cites a 2021 Chase survey that revealed that over 70% of consumers believe they waste over $50 per month on regular payments for items they no longer need, and that 2/3 of consumers have forgotten about at least one recurring payment in the past year. Number 2. Avoid credit card debt. Many customers are using their credit cards to make ends meet as prices on everything from groceries to gas and transportation have drastically increased. Although they might be useful in an emergency, credit card debt that is not fully paid off by the end of the monthly cycle can mount up very quickly. Carrying a load on a credit card is already expensive due to the historically high interest rates. But as the Federal Reserve keeps raising rates to combat inflation, this expense will increase even more. Number 3. Increase your emergency savings as soon as you can. Even while it's always advisable to have a financial reserve on hand, backup savings can be useful if we do experience a downturn to aid with any unforeseen and sudden events, such as layoffs. Experts warn that businesses frequently lower their headcounts during recessions and are more inclined to hire new employees late in the recovery process. This is to help prepare you for the worst-case scenario. It's not meant to incite panic that job losses are imminent. It's time to check to see whether your funds could be generating a higher return now that some banks have increased deposit rates in reaction to the Fed's increase in the benchmark rate. Number 4. Continue with your investments and have a long-term perspective. Market fluctuations can be both exhilarating and worrisome, but it's important to remember that investing is a long game where you win by persevering through the setbacks. In fact, a market slump is the best moment to purchase equities at a discount. A dollar-cost averaging technique, which essentially means investing modest amounts at regular intervals rather than one large payment, is advised for those who wish to take advantage yet have low risk. This lessens the effect that volatility has on an investment. Another approach is to follow the famous investors and buy what they buy. Sometimes, you are able to buy some stocks at a discount compared to what they paid for. If you are interested in this strategy, please like, subscribe, and go to my channel to look for a video on how Warren Buffett are buying stocks in 2022. Another method that savvy investors usually do is they choose to realize their losses by selling and underperforming investing, that is, losing money, then use that loss to reduce their capital gains tax. Number 5. Invest in sectors that are recession-proof. In recent years, we have witnessed how some companies may continue to grow despite total global instability. You can undertake study on the many industries that will prosper throughout the downturn. As examples, consider a handful of the following sectors. Healthcare, because we must always take care of ourselves and our loved ones and cannot overlook the possibility of becoming ill. Healthcare will always be a top concern. Basic consumer goods, due to the fact that human demands won't suddenly disappear during a recession, basic consumer goods will always be required. Number 6. Take into account switching to a Roth IRA. Now might be the right moment to begin the process of rolling your money over to a tax-advantaged Roth IRA if you don't already have one. In contrast to a standard IRA, a Roth IRA allows you to contribute after-tax money now, hopefully at a lower tax rate, and withdraw it tax-free in retirement. One thing that many people miscalculate is that their taxes are usually greater at retirement, not because they make more income, but mainly because the government will likely raise taxes multiple times before they are retired. The tax on that retirement fund is going to be very significant. It just may be better to pay the tax now and withdraw tax-free later. The bottom line: although no one can fully anticipate how the economy will develop in the upcoming months and years, the ongoing pandemic is a prime example of this. The 6 simple strategies I shared are what I typically follow to position myself for success, regardless of what the future holds. You should do your own research and find out what is best for your situation. When trying to get a return on your investment, there are no guarantees. The objective is to gain knowledge of various market situations, discover recession-proof industries, and keep investing in businesses you trust in. Pick the ones that help your particular financial circumstances and start implementing them to stay ahead. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please help me out by hitting the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. You can check out more videos on the channel and share. See you in the next one.